So, have you ever thought about how creativity and knowledge are connected in organizations?
That's an interesting question. You mean like how our understanding of the world impacts our ability to be creative?
Exactly. It's like John Locke said, our minds are like blank slates, but we build ideas through experiences, and these ideas
Right.
shape how we perceive and create new things.
Oh, so our existing concepts can either limit or expand our creative thinking?
Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
If we're stuck in old categories, it's hard to think outside the box. But by challenging and renewing these categories, we open up new possibilities.
That's fascinating. It reminds me of how metaphors and analogies can spark new ideas.
Yes, metaphors are powerful because they link two seemingly unrelated concepts,
Exactly.
like comparing an organization to a living organism.
Right. And that can change how we approach management and innovation.
Absolutely. But our values and emotions play a huge role too. It's not just intellectual.
Can you elaborate on that?
Well, our needs,
Yeah?
desires, and values influence what we find meaningful. If we're passionate about something, we're more likely to be creative in that area.
So emotions can actually fuel creativity?
Exactly. Antonio Damasio talks about how emotions are linked to our decision-making processes. They
Right.
provide the somatic markers that guide our choices.
That's interesting. But what about challenging mainstream ideas? Is that necessary for creativity?
Definitely. Questioning prevailing norms can lead to radical innovations.
Mm-hmm.
It's like creating utopias or visions that redefine what's possible.
But isn't that risky? I mean, going against established beliefs?
It is, but without taking
Yeah.
risks, we'd never have breakthroughs like those from Leonardo da Vinci or Edison. They pushed boundaries.
True, but they also faced challenges. Not everyone appreciated their ideas initially.
That's part of the process.
Right.
Innovation often meets resistance, but persistence is key.
So, in an organizational context, how do we foster that kind of creativity?
By embracing diversity, different human types and perspectives act as catalysts for innovation. When
Okay.
varied minds collaborate, new ideas emerge.
But managing that can be tricky. People have different values and communication styles.
Exactly, which is why leading discussions effectively is crucial. Using methods like Edward de Bono's 6 thinking hats can guide productive conversations.
Oh, I've heard of that. That's the one where each hat represents a different mode of thinking, right?
Yes, it encourages
Mhm.
participants to look at problems from multiple angles, reducing conflicts and enhancing creativity.
That makes sense. It helps in managing the various social aspects and shared values within an organization.
Precisely. Also, understanding bounded rationality and issue management systems can aid in better decision-making processes.
Wait, bounded rationality? Can you explain that a bit?
Sure, it's the idea
Yeah.
that in decision-making, the rationality of individuals is limited by the information they have, their cognitive limitations, and time constraints.
So we can't process everything, and that affects how we innovate?
Exactly. Recognizing these limits helps organizations design better systems for issue management and innovation.
Got it. So customer-centric and network-centric thinking also play a role, right?
Absolutely. By focusing on added value, profits, and the needs of stakeholders, organizations can innovate more effectively.
Right.
It's about creating value within a network.
Speaking of networks, how do innovations actually spread within and between organizations?
That's where the diffusion of innovations comes in.
Mm-hmm.
It involves understanding the mechanisms, criteria, and ways innovations spread.
Like how some ideas catch on quickly while others don't?
Exactly. Factors like relative advantage, compatibility, complexity, trialability, and observability influence adoption rates.
So, organizations need to consider these when introducing new ideas?
Yes, and also
Right.
be aware of change management types and the problems associated with them.
Change can be hard for people. Resistance is common.
True. But by understanding different change management strategies, leaders can navigate transitions more smoothly.
Yeah. And finally, innovation methods themselves need to be classified and understood.
Exactly. Whether it's problem-solving methods, incremental improvements, or radical innovations, knowing which approach to use is crucial.
So, bringing it all together, fostering creativity in organizations requires a holistic approach?
Absolutely. It's about integrating knowledge, challenging concepts, valuing emotions, embracing diversity, and effectively managing change.
Well, that's a lot to consider. but it's exciting to think about the possibilities.
It is.
Yeah,
When organizations tap into their creative potential, amazing innovations can happen.
I can't wait to see how these ideas shape the future of work.
Same here. It's an ongoing journey of exploration and growth.